So real engagement means true grit. So in that escapist fantasy, that's not true grit. True grit means I'm willing to work hard. I'm willing to put myself out there. I'm willing to do it consistently over time, to put myself outside my comfort zone. I may have to lose this soon because I know I keep popping out. Outside my comfort zone to do something differently. Okay, so true grit. And that's from Carol Dweck. If you haven't heard of her, she's amazing. Seek novelty. So try something different. I mean, it could be as simple as, think about the ruts and routines. How many people are the exact same thing at Starbucks all the time? The exact same meal at a certain place you go. You handle your project exactly the same. Whatever it is, we need to, the research shows that where we really learn, we actually don't learn until we're on that uncomfortable edge of doing something new, and doing another point that I'll mention here. So seeking novelty doesn't mean you're a thrill seeker. Oh, I go parachute all the time. I'm definitely seek novelty. No, that means that that's probably your rut and routine. And you probably go do that rather than taking care of the adventures that are in your life every day. The things you're afraid to say, the people you're afraid to confront. And making mistakes is another one. So how many people don't like making mistakes? Yeah, most of humanity. Going back to that research that they've learned about education, the only place you really learn is on the edge of what you don't know, and they say that the best way to actually learn is to make a mistake. And so as a company, cars.com, apartments.com, you need to make mistakes. Now, you don't want to, I made a mistake because I didn't engage in it. I made a mistake because I didn't feel like doing it, like throwing your middle finger in the air. That's not the mistakes we're talking about. The mistakes we're talking about is I risked putting out a proposal to try something different, or we put something on the line over here to really try something edgy. And it would have a huge failure, not a failure if we learned from it, right? But it's right at that edge that I'm going to learn, and that I'm going to grow, and that I'm going to develop things. And then the last thing we talked about, being in touch with the emotions. So being prepared to hurt. If you're somebody who's a transformational leader, it means you're taking risks. You're taking risks every day with your coworkers. You're taking risks with your bosses. If you're a boss, you're taking risks with your employees. And so that's really the call to all of us, is are we willing to really fully engage where we are? And are we willing to do it consistently? Not just at work, not just at home, but have that be part of our way of being. That's what transformational leaders do. Transformational leaders don't need a title. The best transformational leaders are the best team members. So it doesn't matter at what level you're at, that being fully engaged as a team member on a team is the most critical thing, and we all need to work on it, right? And those transformational leaders, they don't need permission. They don't need a title. They don't need anything. They take responsibility for their influence. They assume they're in a place to make a contribution, and they make it as fully as they can. And then they screw up sometimes, and then they clean it up. And then they move to the next thing.